Good morning, good morning. It's Monday and it's a very drizzly, dark morning here in Hertford, and I'm just outside. I don't know if you know, Hertford is the county town of Hertfordshire and home of McMullen's Brewery, and here's the brewery. So I walk past the brewery every day. So Erkan lives in a town that has a brewery. Who would have thought? Anyway, so this morning I want to talk to you about your diary. Yeah, so what about my diary, Erkan? Well, what is in your diary? What have you got that's in your diary that's scheduled with a time and a date and a place for your personal development and your personal growth? And I want to encourage you to look at the next 90 days. So that gives us the rest of October, November, December, and a couple of weeks into the new year. What have you got in 90 days? So one of the principles when I'm working with clients is to get them to think in time scales of 90 days. And one principle that I talk to them about is whatever results you've got right now, consider that's the work you was doing 90 days ago. Now, not like this is true or accurate to any extent, but it's a way of looking at your results and looking at what you're doing today and when you can start seeing a benefit. Oh, let me show you this little truck. Look at this. Isn't that cute? So a little festival here on Saturday. Anyway, so I'm looking at my life right now and I'm looking at it thinking, well, if I go back 3 months, what was I doing? What was I thinking? What actions was I taking? So let's look at the next 90 days, and I want you to look at through your diary and think about, well, what have I got in there that's about my personal development, my evolving, or my performance? So for me today, I'm in Canary Wharf, and I'm going to go see Werner Erhard, and he's doing a lecture on what it is to be a leader. And leadership is something that I'm very passionate about. It's very important to me. So that was booked, I think, 4 months ago. And like a lot of things, when you book it that far ahead, it's like, wow, it's so far away. And I know it's kind of difficult to think that far ahead. And I've asked you to think about the next 90 days. But also, towards the end of October, we've got Bruce Lipton in the UK. Again, a very rare occasion. I don't think Werner's been in England. I think last time I saw him was maybe 14 years ago, or over 10 years at least, and Bruce Lipton will be here at the end of the month. Now they're great. These are kind of one-off, I'd say, peak experiences, you know, seeing well-known people in their field come and talk. But what about maintenance? A bit like your ontological or your performance gymnasium. What are you doing on a regular basis? So what I have BeCollaboration. So every 2 weeks there's a meeting. We have a meeting in Hertford and a meeting in London. Now I'm involved in producing them and delivering them, but I'm also a participant. So that means I sit in the room and I listen to other collaborators share their knowledge and their skills, and I make notes and I have insights and I get reminded, and sometimes I learn something new, which is fantastic. And last Friday's meeting was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. It was kind of like just what I needed. It was a chance to learn something new. So Colin Newlin, one of our collaborators, did a genius slot on Be More Pirate. And it was brilliant. It was funny, it was clever, it was useful. I didn't really know anything about pirates, so I realised my whole understanding of pirates has been shaped by films and movies. But I hadn't actually thought about pirates as a social movement, as individuals who actually left the Navy, and they weren't happy about the way they were treated in the Navy, the brutality, the laws, the rules, and they had this whole mass movement of pirates taking themselves away and creating their own community with their own rules, their own culture, their own etiquettes, their own their own way of being together. And it just blew me away. Now, one of the things they talked about, one of the things Colin spoke about, is have some like rules of the game. Like, what are the rules of the game? If you're going to work with somebody or you're going to set up a project, what are the rules of the game? You know, like basic. And so everything from no surprises, which is one that Colin put up, no surprises. In other words, let's make sure we're all being straight and honest about what's happening in the project. You know, and I just think it's just a really clever, smart way of moving your projects forward. So, my challenge for you today is take a look at the next 90 days of your business and your life and your performance, and make sure you have in it scheduled time for you. Call it me time, call it personal development time, call it progress time for you to work on you and your game, and to get out of your normal everyday life, i.e. put it on pause, go away, do something for 2 or 3 hours with other people, preferably. That's going to make a difference to your life and your performance. So that's me, Erkan Ali, today from a kind of a drizzly grey Hertford morning, and I wish you a fantastic start to the week. Take care, and for those of you who are going to be at Werner's event tonight, I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.